It's 6:05. The Dudley Conservation Commission will commence. First thing is a call to order. And I have to tell everybody that this is being recorded. This meeting's being recorded. Next is the Pledge of Allegiance. Flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, first on the is a request for determination for applicability for 37 Lawrence Road, Connor Land Trust.
What do you want to do?
I don't know, he's gonna tell us.
Where am I standing or sitting or?
You can,
You can stand at that podium, or you can sit there if you want.
whatever you're more comfortable doing.
I'll sit. Do you have the diagram where the well's going to go? Let me start out by saying 35 and 37 Lawrence Road have been served by one well for a number of years, probably since 1973, when the house was built, 37. I'm fixing up both 35 and 37.
Sure.
So what do you want to do, put in another well?
Yes, so that there are two independent
Right.
wells.
Right.
What, yeah,
This
there
is
it
it.
is, that's it. Sorry.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yep.
Is he not hooked to the sewer?
Uh, Are these lots hooked up to the sewer?
Yes.
So you just put in one well?
One well.
And do you have the approximate distance from the lake?
As you can see, it's 101 feet from the water to Lawrence Road, to Sawmill Road, whatever that right-of-way is. So it's about 50 feet from the well to the water line.
Okay. Any
Now,
question?
is that existing house that's there now, right? The brown one?
Yes,
Right.
yes. Permission to go over his land, any damage that
Being back of the garage.
being back of the garage, yes.
No, that's Port House.
Yeah. We just determined that when they dig the hole,
Right.
But when, they have to get down to bedrock. It's not a dug well, it's a drilled well, so they have to go down to the aquifer before they stop drilling. And that's anywhere from who knows what. You know, you can have two wells that went down 100 feet and the one in the middle goes down 400. And George will tell you that, he's seen that happen.
Seen it enough times.
I know that. So Charlton Well is the company that's gonna be installing the well. We have to supply the quality and quantity to the Board of Health. So no, we just pull a permit.
we just just have to make sure that the well driller, when they drill, sometimes it's pieces of metal from the driller, so we have to have them dig a hole or tow it away.
Well,
Yeah.
well, we need,
There's a lot of materials gonna come out of that.
our rules and regulations state that they have to dig a pit to catch all the spoils.
Right. You'll get a lot
So
of
it
equipment.
already says that in our rules and regulations.
Yeah.
Charlton Well has done a lot of wells.
Just make sure that they put, especially if that area is flat,
Yes,
Which I
dead,
believe
dead
it is.
flat, yep.
so they dig a little pit to catch it. Are there any butters present?
Wetruba, 22 Lawrence Road. Can I walk?
Here,
Oh, no, I can see that. Okay, so that's that circle that we're looking at right there,
correct.
in the center there.
Yep.
Okay. So, when you asked me about coming across my property to
Yep.
drill the well, I actually thought you just needed to get the well rig in. I would have thought you'd be putting it in that larger area to the left of the house. Only because that area that you're looking to put it in, you may not be aware because you weren't the previous owner.
But I am well aware, of the reason the well's going in there is for the DEP purposes. There was an oil spill there, I don't know how long ago, 35, 40 gallons.
But they got the monitoring wells in that area, so if they're monitoring there and not monitoring over here.
But they are
wouldn't that
monitoring,
be the clear-
there's 8 monitoring wells in front of the house, in front and as along to the back.
Oh, all right.
And we've had, just to answer your questions, we've oh, I'm sorry.
The sewer line comes out of the house,
Yep,
actually comes out of the house behind that little one-car garage
yep,
and goes over and actually goes across the line onto my property.
onto your property?
Yeah, and it goes up and then goes to the right of way, it ties into the sewer line there. And when they excavated the tank, that was the underground oil tank that was
Yep.
at the back of that single
Yep.
car garage, when they excavated that, they discovered not only that they had to be careful to avoid that sewer line, but they discovered the remnants of the line going to the old cesspool.
Back of the house, actually.
Are there any,
We didn't know that until the Rosinski's
Yeah,
dug
let's dig
that
up
to
the,
pull the tank
yeah.
out, that's when they found all of that stuff and they had to avoid it.
so did you have to clean up the cesspool? Good.
They didn't dig up the cesspools on my property.
I know.
They just know that that's where it is because they saw the old pipe going that way.
That's
I took pictures of it because.
That's crazy.
Cliffy showed me, he said,
Yeah.
he said, that's the old cesspool.
Matt, have you looked at this? We lost Matt.
Yeah, I have. I mean, from a wetland standpoint, there's no real impact to wetlands, so a negative determination would be appropriate.
Okay, motion's been made to give a negative determination for 37 Lawrence Road. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Motion carries.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
You as well.
Thank you.
Like me to place this? I do have smaller, I have smaller
Wanna grab
drawings
the-
too. What's up there? And when we work off of that? Oh, thank you. I don't know how you.
Okay.
For the record, I'm Robert Duff, I'm in Core Engineering, Charlton. We're here for the owners, Peter Labby, for they want to do a septic repair. Unfortunately, there were a small area, this is the 200-foot riverfront limit. Actually, the resource area is over on the other side. We're just working in, almost in, right in this area here, putting a new tank in a leaching field to replace the old one. We're gonna disturb about 1,000, temporarily disturb about 1,000 square feet with this work in the resource area, in this area, which is under 10% for the allowed. Topography of the lot is, so.
Matt, have you looked at this?
Yeah, actually, I don't even think the 10% criteria would apply to us to a replacement septic system, especially something that's on line, and going back to line.
Yeah, it's a temporary disturbance, yes.
Yeah, so, and I'm looking at this and it comes like really within a hair of actually meeting the exemption criteria. The biggest reason why I suggested the determination was because the bylaw is kind of silent on that exemption. So the determination was the safest bet, so a negative determination would be more than appropriate. 1,000 square feet to 1,300 square feet for a replacement system like this is your average disturbance. I don't see any real potential impact. This is probably what, maybe a 2-3 day job at the max?
Yeah, correct, he's gonna just go in, pump out the tank, get rid of it, put the system in, and then, yeah, it should take only a few days.
Yeah, and the old system,
It's all
you're,
cleared out. Yeah.
are you abandoning the old system in place?
Yeah,
or?
that's correct, the tank will be pumped and either crushed or removed. That's the criteria for Title V.
This is, yeah, this is really, this is really minimal as far as work disturbance. It's a quick job. It'll be replanted by the time the next growing season comes. By the time the end of April's here, you'll barely be able to see what's there when the grass grows in. So.
Are there any abutters present? All right, any more questions from the board? Favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous, motion carries.
Thank you very much. Good holiday.
Yeah, you do.
The request for the terminating, when can we pick that up?
I'm gonna be signing it tonight.
I thought we'd have to give it.
Sometime tomorrow, I'm here from 9 to 3.
All right, just tomorrow or,
I'm here Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
okay, not Friday. Okay, just.
I didn't receive a notice that he advertised in the paper.
He did not?
I didn't receive a notice.
Okay.
I received his check, but that's all I received.
Okay, next is the status report for the town PFAS project?
Yeah, Nat invited, Jeff Faulkner. Ty and Bond, and I think the company that's doing the work is GEG, is that correct?
Here as well with us.
Nat requested them to come and
Okay. You're up.
Okay, well, I'll start. I'm Rick Hanvan. I'm a wetland scientist with Time Bond. I guess basically what we've provided are some pictures of some repairs, improvements, to erosion controls at the water and sewer main component of the PFAS treatment plant. And also, so erosion controls, whether it's wattle, silt fence, strum mulch, and some areas of the cross-country work for that main that were installed to stabilize, improve the erosion controls in that area. That last picture I passed around is of the intermittent stream crossing at that location where the contractor stabilized the stream piled and screened where there were erosion control deficiencies and silt fence and wattle been added at that location. So those are the, those are the areas of concern. I guess we've also had other inspections looking at the rest of the mains area. I don't know if there's other parts of that you wanna talk through from the pictures or.
I know at least in other, I'm Emily Church from Ty and Bond Project Engineer. Other parts of the project where we're doing the water mains through the neighborhoods. I know all of the the silt sacks, correct? All the silt sacks have been removed. A temporary berm has been installed to prevent any erosion over the winter. And I know loam and seed has been done in areas that need it. So.
Yeah, give me one sec here. Okay, there we go. All right, so as they outlined, there was an area over on Schofield where we had erosion protection that apparently was obliterated. And then, based on some communications I had made with the overseeing engineer, had asked for that to be restored. That's since been restored. I was also shown some pictures and videos by an abutter when I was in the office a couple of weeks ago that show, I guess the most diplomatic way I could phrase it was kind of some haphazard work as far as crossing over wetlands, things that were just done that don't appear to have some very good construction technique behind it. Things since seem to have been remediated, but I asked for the applicant and the applicant's engineer and the contractor to come to the meeting because we need to make sure that this project is tightened up. Understand that the resident that you have an easement with was expecting to have an access way for a driveway to be given, and because of the way the line was installed, there was a like a cover that has been, like a manhole cover that's been located in an area that's now going to make it more difficult. So it looks like there may have been some minor changes that, might have been within our jurisdiction that weren't brought in. Number one, we need to be more careful out there in ensuring that erosion protection and construction technique are watched more closely, but we also need to make sure that if we're going to be crossing somebody's land, that we're, a little bit more sensitive if we're going to make any changes out there. So I'd like to see that particular comment addressed as well.
Yeah, Matt, I can speak more to so it's a manhole cover that's out in the easement out there. We've had several discussions on this. The manhole has been shifted from the original drawings there. The latest discussion was, we're leaving it as is, and the water and sewer department, have said that they will maintain that manhole as they do with any other manhole in the streets around here. So, if a driveway is put in someday, it would be like any manhole cover that's, in the public roads.
Did you hear that, Matt?
Okay. I heard. I was just listening.
Yep, and Matt, if there's any other deficiencies out there, we have GEG here, so if there's anything, on top of your mind, please let us know, and, we can have them address that.
Well, what I simply want to make sure is that the erosion protection is all up to date, that there is more monitoring going on for your erosion controls, that we don't have repeat situations where we have things like that happen, and then it has to result in me calling saying, hey, why is your erosion control gone? We're just going to be a little bit more diligent on how we do things here. I don't know if the abutter is present, the person who has the easement, if he wants to speak too. That's up to the commission.
definitely. Is there butter?
Hi, I'm Joe Narodzinski. I've got the easement that's out there, and I've just, just a few things that have happened, and when the manhole was discovered to be in the wrong place, we met on site, we had another meeting that was after that, and there was some mention at that time. I had spoken the first time, it was in September on the 20th or the 21st. And I'd spoken with Gil that day, he was out there, and there was mention that because of where it was, that the location of it was in a spot where there were plans in the future to possibly put a road in to build a home there. And November 14th, and everything's being graded out there. And I went out to find out what was going on, and I mean, that's it. I was basically told that, that the final grading was gonna be going on. And I asked about if there was anything happening with the access or any kind of road, that material going in. And I didn't get anything back, but the next morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, I've got somebody who's a foreman of the job or whatever, and he's telling me that I need to give the company a letter to indemnify them from anything as far as construction or anything that was going on there. Now, outside of that zone, I know that there's a 200-foot buffer zone that's there, according to the plans. And there are other things. Then I was told that when I came, that there were gonna be costs associated with this, that I was gonna have to file for, with the state as far as anything as, if there were any, a determination or whatever, as far as if if the road was gonna be at a certain point or whatever. None of this was ever really, we never sat down and discussed any of this. So, I mean, I don't know where we are with this. Yeah. The way that it was.
Right.
But I mean, I was under the assumption that because of this was part of the project, and I've since been told by the Water and Sewer Commission, I was at the meeting last week, that they have nothing to do with that this is my own problem now. Now, I haven't talked with Gil. I knew he was gonna be here, so I wanted to maybe sit down and talk with him at some time to figure out what we're gonna do there. But, I mean, if there are any costs or anything, I don't feel that I should have to pay for anything that comes out of this. This is not any of my problem that this has happened.
Do you have specific costs that you were told you'd be paying for?
Well, if in the future, I'm the one that has to pay for the filing for
If you develop the property, right?
no, if I am gonna have to file something because of any fill that goes into that area, I don't know how far that fill is gonna go. I don't know if it's gonna go in the 200-foot water flood zone or however that goes. This is all speculation right now. It's just that was gonna be done as part of the manhole remaining where it was. I mean, I just, it's odd because we really haven't sat down and talked about anything. So whether we need to do that first and then look at anything after that,
Right, Joe, I think this would be, we should have a meeting between Ty and Bond, GEG and yourself. I'm not sure, you know, I mean, I think it would be better just for us to have a separate meeting on that.
yeah,
You agree?
yes.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
We can absolutely talk about that, yep.
okay. I mean, that would be the first step, and that's what the Water and Sewer Board also,
Other agreement, you know, where I'm not aware of it.
can we set up a meeting to meet out there in the field to look at what's going on?
I can reach out to everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I mean, that's the first thing that we gotta do before anything else happens, I guess, and, you know, and the reason I went and talked with Matt is because, Scott was on the site on one of these, and he said, that's what you need to do. You need to talk to, Conservation about any of this stuff before anything can happen. So that's why I'm here. So is that something that you'll set up and get in touch with me, or?
Yeah, we have a meeting tomorrow, so we can.
Questions. I appreciate the action. I appreciate you guys coming here. I hope you can work with our resident to alleviate his concerns and keep up with that SWIP stuff and keep that
Absolutely.
erosion protection going.
Yep, absolutely. Matt, we will, Matt, he doesn't have these, right? We have some photos, Matt, we will absolutely forward you.
We were sharing them in the room, and we'll
Yeah.
get them to you.
That would be awesome. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Need anything else? Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next thing is status report for Center Road. Matt?
Give me one sec. Give me one sec, George.
Yep.
So there were a couple of items the commission asked me to look into from the last meeting. You can see the replication here that was approved. That's actually been excavated and planted and will continue to be monitored by Mr. Gravoski. He's been in communication with me. The other items were a storage shed that was on the property, which is actually going to be cut up and disposed of, and the swimming pool that was put in. The swimming pool here on this plan, I had put on by Mr. Gravoski to show its location. Location of the pool is greater than 100 feet from the wetland, at the closest point to the wetland. So it's not even within our jurisdiction, so it's not an issue. So I consider that matter closed. I don't think there's really anything more to report other than to wait for, you know, the growth to happen, and so I can go out and inspect to make sure that the replication is complete. Mr. Gravoski is going to have to file the progress reports, and I'll work with him on examining the site. That's about it.
How long is he gonna have to cut that container up?
Could you state your name for the record, please?
Len Wheelock, 42 Center Road. How long of a period does he have to cut that container up?
He didn't give me a specific period. He said he was just getting ready to cut it out. So like I said, Glenn's been filing periodic reports with me, and he will continue to do so, so it will be tracked.
Okay, thank you.
All right, any other questions?
Was there?
Oh, the car, how about the car, that abandoned car, was that in wetlands?
No, but that's also being removed.
Oh, okay, all right. I got nothing else.
Great.
Team 2023.
Yes, it was submitted with an incorrect DEP number, so we need to do a new signature page
Okay,
with the correct number on it.
all right.
The rest of the form has been edited to reflect the correct number.
Okay, and next is the approval of the minutes for November 1st. Has everybody read the minutes? Would someone like to make a motion on the minutes?
I can make a motion, we approve the minutes for November 1st, 2023.
Second.
Motion's been made. Okay. And next is the meeting schedule. For 2024. Somebody want to approve that?
We don't have to sign it. Oh, yes.
Nope.
I can make a motion, we adopt the 2024 Conservation Commission meeting schedule.
Okay.
Second.
So we would have to make a decision ahead of time.
Okay. All right.
Is there a motion and a second?
On schedule,
Yep.
second on the schedule?
I make a motion, we accept this schedule for 2024. Second it.
You seconded the schedule?
Yeah.
Okay.
First it.
I'll second it.
I didn't hear anything.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye. I make a motion, we adjourn.
There's just one other thing I wanted to mention. I did receive a notice about
Cans on the side of the road. Okay, so I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn again.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.